guess we'll go ahead and knock into this.
Okay.
All right, well, here we are. Welcome to the channel, everybody. It's me and GMARIDES. I had the opportunity to spend a week with GMA, so I decided, why not? Let's just do another live and do an interview with GMA. We're gonna try to watch your chats here. We're having a hell of a time. So we're in a hotel. This is not my usual modus operandi. So I am kind of having some hot fits here.
Anyway, now that he's done going on, I just wanted to give a shout out to Dry Heat Doug, John Weiss, Yama Roller, Dry Heat Doug again. Lala, I'm glad you're at the camp out. Have some fun for me. And cheers, girlfriend.
Yeah, cheers to you.
Cheers. Cheers to the camp out.
We got some beaver nuggets, some rum and cokes, and we're having a hell of a time.
Yep.
So let's jump right into it.
Silver Winger 82, hello. Thank you for stopping in.
All right. If you've never watched this before, my name is Randy Ryder. I am a YouTuber, motovlogger, and a rider. I ride everything.
Hey, Blake.
So I'm in the mood to get other people into my world here and find out what they're up to and what makes them tick. And
oh, good luck on that.
Tonight we're gonna find out about GMARIDES. So go ahead and hit us up, GMA. Where are you from and what do you ride?
Well, let's see. I'm from Tacoma, Washington, and my current favorite ride, which I have decided is going to be known as my side piece, because we'll go into that later, is a 2021 Road King, and it's black, and it's a lot of fun. I also have a Dyna, a 2015 Dyna Switchback, 1974 Sportster, custom.
All right, so
I
what
have a
made
shovel head in my garage too.
And she has a shovel head in her garage. So what made you decide to go with the Road King?
Well, you know, I've been riding the wheels off the Dyna for several years now, and there was a problem with the rear brakes last year, and I'd kind of been talking to my mechanic about getting a different bike, and the Road King offered a platform that had most of what I wanted. Bigger tanks, you know, for traveling, because I like to go places. Bigger saddlebags, because I need to carry crap. And cruise control. Those were really my big three requirements right there. And I wanted to get it for decent money, and I wanted to get it for with low miles. So when I bought my 21 Road King, it had 980 some odd miles on it. It's got like 12,000 something on it now. No, it's got more than that on it. But anyway, it's got a lot of miles on it now. It's been a lot of fun.
I don't know why I'm having so much problems with this. How many people we got in the chat?
We have talked to Dragon Paradox, Lala's here, Dry Heat.
Guys, give me 1 second here. We're going to... I gotta fix something because I just realized that I screwed something up. And here's, you can watch me do all my magic here.
Wow.
So hang with me here. I did a very, very beginner. Uh-oh.
Ooh. I don't know what he did, but that does not look good.
No, it doesn't. Hang in there with me, guys. I'm still here. We're just trying to...
Can you guys hear us? Leave me a comment if you can still hear us. Lala, I hope you're having a good time at the camp out.
We're having a hell of a time. Sorry, guys.
We are. Well, he's having a hell of a time. I'm doing fine.
Well, I'll let Gma go ahead and sing for you guys.
No. That's why you didn't want to link up on the Cardos today, so you didn't have to listen to me singing, huh? Yeah. Hi, Jeremy McCormick. How are you doing?
Okay, we're fixed now. I just got to share it.
And Bleak Rides, still here. Best guy ever. What and when was my most interesting ride? Dry Heat Doug has asked both of us that question. So, my most interesting ride. You know, I've had a lot of really interesting rides, and I'm going to have to kind of go all foo-foo and say that my most interesting ride is the next one I'm planning. And I don't know what it is yet because I haven't planned it. But it's going to be around the Northeast states, and I haven't ever had the opportunity to ride over there at all. So it's going to be a blast.
Well,
What about you?
My most interesting ride was going up to Eureka Springs. And most of
beautiful
you,
up there.
yep, I know Jerry, Jerry's in the chat?
Mm-mm.
Jerry was with me. A lot of the guys from the Shade Tree Discord was there.
Oh, Joey's here now.
It
Joey's
rained the
Stromboli.
entire time. Joey Stromboli.
Hey.
Yep, it rained pretty much the entire time, and on the way up, I nearly fell off the road 4 or 5 times with my wife on the back.
I wasn't sure if I wanted to ride with you based on the fact that it always freaking rains on you.
Hasn't rained yet. You must be good luck.
I am. You know, the last time I rode cross country to go to Forgotten Angels, I didn't hit any rain all the way over there. And on the way back, the only time I caught anything was a slight drizzle once I got back to Washington State on the way home for 15 minutes along the Columbia River. It was great. So that was your bestest ride.
That was my bestest ride.
And, you know, I got to tell you that my favorite rides are the distance rides. I think it's just so much fun to be going somewhere and have an opportunity to stop and talk to people, and it's just my thing. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to the one that I'm planning for the Northeast states.
It is the thing.
It is. It's the thing.
All right, so let's get into this interview now. We've got us up here. So how long have you been riding?
I've been riding off and on since I was 10 years old, which if you do math my way, well, for the longest time I was stuck at 35 because I didn't want to get any older. And so one day my son looked at my grandson and he says, "You do the math. Your mom is 32 and you're telling me your grandma's 35? Think about it." My grandson turns and looks at me and he goes, "You've been lying to me?" But anyway, I'm almost 70. So I've been riding since I was 10 off and on. So yeah, a quick minute.
Can't believe you did that.
What? Lied?
Lied to your kids.
Whenever I want.
Every time you chance.
Yeah.
Every chance you get.
Yep.
All right. So would you consider yourself, seeing that you're going to ride with me, would you consider yourself a fair weather rider or a rough rider?
I will, you know, if I'm going somewhere like a toy run or something and it's raining, I'll leave in the rain. If I have something I've committed myself to do and it's raining, I'll go. If it starts raining and I'm out, I'm not going to turn around and go home. So I guess I'm a rough rider. I don't know.
I would say you're a rough rider. This isn't in the chat, but what is the worst ride you've had with someone else? Not naming any names, just describe the ride.
Well, I think that it's really important to remember when you're taking a road trip with someone that usually tradition dictates that you return home with the person that you left with. It's not kosher to kill them beside the road. It's not kosher to abandon them no matter how badly you get along. That's kind of how I was brought up, and that's what I believe. And I've had a lot of rides that it was like, you get out there and you're rolling and you're like, what was I thinking? Why am I doing this? But yeah, and the farther you get away from home, the more crappy things get. So I've had a couple of those, but I'm not going to dwell on them because I am not that person.
Taking the high road, huh?
I am.
You don't have to say the name, just tell me.
Well, I mean, when you're on a road trip and you are on the other side of the country and somebody hides from you on their motorcycle, that's a good indication that somebody got an issue and it wasn't me. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay, then that's fine.
Y'all want details, you can ask me personally.
All right, so I finally got my crap head straightened up over here.
That
Diana Fillion
freaking
Styles
time.
made it in. I know she's falling asleep. Thanks for hanging in there, hon.
Hi, Diana.
All right, so
We miss you.
how did you get into motorcycles? Yes, we miss you, lady. I'm going to bring you some beaver nuggets.
Oh, that
fresh
just,
beaver
yeah. How did I get into motorcycling? My dad, well, I used to like to read a lot when I was a kid. I was kind of shy, if you can believe that. And so one summer, I was laying on my bed reading a book. And my mom wanted my dad to get me out of the house. And so my dad took me out and threw me on this little old motorcycle we had and showed me how it worked. It had a clutch, it had a gas, you know, all the things that little motorcycles have. And said, here, you can go out in the McKinney's yard, you can go out in the backyard at the farmhouse.
Mr. Your nuts.
I'm not even going to say a word. And so just be careful. You know, whatever you break, you're going to fix. I'm like, okay, cool. So I go out and I bomb around, and of course it didn't take too long. I'm coming up a hill, and I hit a tree. It was the only tree in the hill. It was a grassy hill. I'm going up the hill, and I don't know what happened. My mother said that I told her I slipped on a slug. I don't remember said slug, but it was a family joke for the rest of everybody's life that I've outlived now. But yeah, they all said I slipped on a slug, and I bruised up my face. I broke the clutch cable, or the clutch handle. I did learn how to change that, and yeah, so that was how I still remember it.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Who inspires you to ride? I mean, at this point in your life, what makes you just say, I'm going to ride?
Well, because I think what inspires me to ride is mostly me. I just, it makes you feel better. It's like you can be having a really crappy ass day, and I've had a lot of crappy ass days, face it. But you get up and you go and you get your gear, and it's the whole process. It's the process of backing the bike out, you start it up, you know, you check your tires, check your oil and all that stuff. And like when you're going on a trip, you get your things all ready. And it's like, it's just this feeling that you get when you get on your bike and you're fired up, and then you go down the road and you turn the corner to head whichever way you're going, and it's just like, and it's my happy spot. So
Go to your happy place.
yeah, apparently it is my happiest place, because here I am, way far from home.
You are way far from home. I'm happy to have you here. We are
Thank
having
you.
a ball.
Yeah.
It's
been a blast.
very fun. I took her to Buc-ee's,
Yep.
and first she was like, well, we'll just get something in here. There's not much. And then we started looking around. And I told her on the way here, I said, because I almost forgot to bring pajamas. Like, well, I'll just get some pajamas at Buc-ee's. And you get in your head, you get this idea of like going to like the Love's truck stop and getting like the local team's sweatpants or something like that.
Yeah.
No, they have actual.
They have Bucky pants.
Right now they have Christmas stuff out. They have
Yeah.
Christmas pajamas out. They have
Yeah.
Bucky pajamas out. And there's
Kinda
Halloween
cool.
pajamas out.
Yeah.
It's like a department store inside a gas station, inside a deli.
There's a candy section.
If you've never been to one, you're missing out. Just and don't just walk in and go, here's Buc-ee's, and walk out. Walk around, look at the things. So many different kinds of food, so many different kinds of snacks, so many different kinds of drinks.
And their prices are
coffees.
good.
Yes.
Their prices
very
are
good
not
stuff.
bad at all.
It is absolutely
Yeah.
awesome. They even have a deli section where you can actually go and request food to be made, like special sandwiches and stuff. And I think they had like chicken fried steak and stuff. They had a chicken fried steak sandwich, and I almost got it. And I thought it'd be extremely messy because it had white gravy on it.
Ooh.
I backed out at the last minute. I
Yeah.
was like, this is going to be really, really messy, and then I'm going to have to share a room with Lila tonight, and then she will not like that. So I passed on.
Yeah.
Jeremy asked if we got a Bucky sticker. We were looking for the Bucky stickers.
No stickers.
Well, they had them, but we had our arms full. So I'm like, we'll come back, because I went in. So I was just going to get a sandwich and a soda, maybe a bag of chips or something, some kind of snack. And I ended up getting the brisket sandwich. And I went ahead and got a few more drinks for tonight. I got like teas and Dr. Peppers. And then, of course, I had to get some Buc-ee's chips. And then I had to get the key lime pie pudding. And by then my arms were full.
Yeah.
So I was like, we'll come back tomorrow.
Yep. Whoops.
Don't
Be
waste
right
the
back.
rum. Yeah, and the funny thing is, we both had to spend like $20, and we got up to the counter, and the guy's like, "Oh, you only spent $20? That's cheap for a Buc-ee's. Go back and get some more." But
Rum is safe.
rum is safe. We'll obviously be back tomorrow for more Buc-ee's stuff. Buc-ee's Fair. I mean, really, the hotel we're in is less than it's like a block from Buc-ee's.
Yep. It's pretty cool.
So we got on our bikes, zipped down there, grabbed food, filled up our saddlebags, zipped back, and now we're here with you.
Yep.
Hi, everybody. Nice to be here.
Yes.
If you guys have questions, throw them down in the chat. Now I can see the chat, so I will answer. Or I will ask. I will ask her. Those are her questions.
I'm checking. Did you get a Bucky sticker? No, we did not. Those darn jumping trees. Yep. Yes. So anybody got any questions? Okay.
Go ahead and throw your questions down there, or the next question I have for you.
Okay, what is the next question you have for me?
Would you rather a solo ride or a group ride?
Well, given that I am 3,000 miles away from home on a solo ride, it has its advantages.
Except for me.
Well, yeah, except for now you're with me, so it's not solo at the moment, but that's okay. I like both types of rides, but let me just tell you, if you have to get somewhere, and it's a lot easier to travel solo if you're going distance, but there's a lot of fun to be had traveling with a friend too. Yeah, there's also 2 people to look for policemen.
And we saw a lot today.
We did. We didn't get any tickets.
Especially in Bama Slamma.
Yeah. It's like, my personal style of riding is, I think that 10 over is an acceptable risk. And when you're passing, you have to get around quickly to get back into your little bubble of safety when you're on a motorcycle. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
I absolutely agree.
Yeah.
Especially with the drivers around here.
Well, yeah, and there was a semi that thought he was going to turn into the lane that I was presently occupying, and I backed off a little bit, and then he realized that he almost ran me over, and so he went back into his own lane where he belonged, and I said, okay, I have all this power in this bike for a reason, and zing, we just went around him.
We did.
Yeah.
And there was a Jeep that was going we were going probably 70, it was going to 65, and I went to pass it, and as we went to go past it, first thing it hit me was all the weed rolling out of the Jeep. Then as the dude saw me, he was trying to match my speed, so as I sped back up to 70, he sped up to 70, sped up to 75, he sped up to 75, and I'm like, not having this. And I gave GMA a signal like this.
Yeah.
And we fucking opened it up and hauled ass. And I got around him. And then he slowed back down. Go figure. I don't know if he was so high he was just trying to match all the cars around him or
just
what.
Just letting you know, you don't really have to give me the signal. You take off, I'm following.
One of them we went to pass. I was like, that dude was just all over the road. And I
he was.
That. I was like, we just barreled because the dude.
Yeah. I mean, when I see people and I see that they cannot maintain their position where they need to be in accordance with the line in the middle of the road or the side of the road for that matter, you want to get past them and get them in your rearview mirror. I like to do that.
And that's the good thing about being on a motorcycle is you can give them a whole lot of road as you pass them.
Yep.
There was a car today that kept she looked like she was going to come over. And you get this feeling like they're going to come over.
Yep.
And I went
that
to go.
one bluish car?
Yeah, and I went to go right, and I just fucking nailed it. And then she did. I guess she didn't know anybody was there. And it's a typical car thing. It's a typical people thing these days. No clue. They act like nobody else is on the road. And also when they see somebody, they're excited. They're surprised. Oh, there's another person on this road? Wow, how'd that happen?
Well, and then when you look over in the driver's window, you can see that they're sitting there and they're looking at their phone. Or this one lady the other day on the way down here was sitting there reading a book. And I'm like, you're on a Kindle. And she was. She was holding, looked like a tablet in her hand. Yeah, looked like a tablet in her hand. And turning pages. Yeah, it's just weird.
Dry Heat Doug asks, where's the weirdest, most off-the-charts place you've ever slept next to your bike?
Me or you?
It's your interview.
Oh, okay.
And then I'll answer it after.
Well, there was an undesignated place in Idaho where usually lots of men hang out, and they don't typically like women, but they ride motorcycles. And this was way back when I had a Sportster, and I was coming home cross-country on my own after going to Sturgis on my poor broken-down Sportster. And it had rained since I left the Dakotas. It had rained, and I wound up in Idaho. I was really tired. So I wound up in a parking lot sleeping on asphalt. And to lighten my load, I had sent everything home except for a tarp, my tools, and the clothes on my back, and my sleeping bag on my little Sportster. And so I had nothing. And so I was like, I put the tarp over the top of my bike, secured it on. I rolled out my sleeping bag on the kickstand because somebody had told me that that was what you do to make sure that nobody takes your motorcycle. Because motorcycles back then did not have, like all these electronic farkles that tell you when somebody's messing with them. So, and I woke up the next morning and somebody gave me a cup of coffee, and they didn't seem to be such bad people after all. So I rolled my crap up and I headed home. And then I got stopped by the police because, you know, after a certain point, you're supposed to wear a helmet. Oh,
Yeah.
no, that wasn't that time. That was a different time. Different story.
That's the last run-in with the photos.
Yeah. I know, right? But yeah, so that was a good time. I really, I took my sports to Sturgis and back, and I was my own mechanic back then. So it was, that trip was fraught. I started off with the guy I was dating at the time, so we got back to Sturgis, and he decided he was going to go to Texas, see his family. And he's like, well, you know, these guys are going over towards the coast, so you can probably ride along with them if you want. And that didn't last very long because they couldn't keep up.
You are kind of hard to keep up with.
No, I'm not.
I didn't say I couldn't.
Yeah.
I was like, I can imagine.
You
someone
kept
not
up
being-
okay.
Oh yeah, I could. But
You
I can,
kept this
I can
thing about the
imagine.
speed limit, though, so
10 over.
yeah, I know.
Especially when I start seeing the cops everywhere.
Well, yeah, I
Then you know
agree.
they're hunting.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
yeah. But even then, I only slow down to like 5 above.
yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, for me, in my book, 10 over is perfectly acceptable.
And if most of the cars around you are passing you by, even if you're going over 10,
Yeah, then
you
you're
speed up
safe.
again.
Yeah. Because then if they stop you, it's profiling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, welcome in Road King 2001.
Oh, hey. Hi.
For me, it was when I was in Virginia, and much like that. I mean, back then, if you would usually just bring a sleeping bag and maybe another bag on the top of it, and you'd snuggle up next to your bike. 'Cause
Yeah.
One, it kept the wind off of you, and then it was a little warm too. So the bike keeps heat for a little while. So
Yeah.
I would wake up and I'd roll over and I'd bang something, and I'd be afraid the bike. I had Magna back then, and I thought the bike would fall over on me, and I was like, did I knock it over? I didn't.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm good. So it was fun, and that was before I learned that you had to use a puck under your kickstand. So when I did get up in the morning, I did notice it was starting to dig and lean just a little bit
Or
over
a
on
crushed
top
up,
of me. So I
or
was
crushed
like,
up beer can.
or a crushed up
Works
beer
very
can.
nicely. Yeah.
That was my younger adventure days.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Trying to think of any other adventurous
Motobomb,
places
welcome
I've
in.
slept. Hey. Hi, Motobomb.
Worst places I've
I
ever
don't
slept.
like. I can't see myself waving at people.
You change up.
I've had a little bit of rum.
Let me see if we can come down a little bit. Yeah, we're having some camera problems here. We had to. Y'all won't even tell what we had to do to get the camera going. And the camera's still crooked. So
In my heart, I'm waving at all of you. And of course, in my heart, I look much better too. But you know, you get what you get.
it's been a good day. I was fine until we got into Birmingham, and that tired me out.
I was okay after that. I was just moderately annoyed because it was hot as. Oh yeah,
It
we're
was
after
hot.
5 minutes. It was hot as fuck.
HAF, what she says.
HAF, yeah, hot as fuck.
All right. You've been to a lot of moto meetups, a lot of rallies. What has been your favorite moto meetup to go to?
Well, I haven't been to a lot of rallies. I've been to some smaller ones and some bigger ones. I haven't been to Daytona yet, and that's on my list, and maybe next year. But I used to love Sturgis, but not so much anymore and I've been to the Oyster Run up in Washington. But it seems like most of the bigger ones that I've been to are all mostly about merchandising and buying patches and getting them sewn on all at once. And, you know, back in the day, buying a vest or having somebody, even better, somebody give you a vest, or you'd happenstance, just serendipitously, you'd wind up with a vest or an old jean jacket, or like if you're wearing a leather jacket and walking or being in a car, that's because you didn't have another jacket to wear when you were in your car. But you know, back in the day, it was about you would get these things just over the matter of time. You know, somebody would hand you something cool, yada yada yada. But nowadays, it seems like, what I've seen anyway, people go to these events and it's like they go around and they buy a lot of stickers and they sew them on a vest that they just bought at the local leather shop, or they bought it off of Amazon. And I mean, you can buy a patch on Amazon for anything, which, I don't know, that's just really not my jam.
Yep. I have 2 vests and they're both naked. I use my vests as vests, not as jewelry.
Yeah, I use my vest to hold my shirt down when I'm riding because it's much more comfortable that way.
Yeah, it keeps your shirt from getting stretched out, especially if you got a
Yeah.
really nice shirt.
Yeah,
You don't want it to get in this.
Yeah.
And I've ripped buttons off of shirts. You wouldn't think it'd be possible. But yeah, after you rip them, after they've been whipping around on the highway for a couple hours, you can pop your buttons right off.
Yeah.
Or stretch the neck out of your shirt.
Yeah.
Or pick just the back of your shirt up, just enough where you get sun on the back of your back, and you'll burn that much of the bottom of your back.
Yep. Yeah.
So yes, vests good. Vests good.
Vests are really good. But, you know, lately I don't really like to wear a vest unless I do have one of those cooling vests, the kind that you soak in water and you use, and they do work pretty well. But you have to periodically replenish them, and it's hard to find a large body of water because some of the sinks in the bathrooms are not that tidy. But those are nice. Where was I going with that? But usually what I use now to hold my shirt down is I have a fanny pack that I keep all my important crap in. Yeah, I know.
I use fanny pack too.
Shades of 1970. That was before your time.
I still use a fanny pack. Fanny packs were big in the 80s, and they went out, then they came back in. And I think they're still out, but I'll use one because it's usable. I've hit that age. I don't care what people think. I don't care what I look like. If it's functional, I'm going to do it. I'm here for comfort, not style. And if I'm stylish as I'm doing it, cool. But if not, oh well. And I have a premonition. I think in the next couple of years, fanny packs will come back. All hail the fanny pack.
Maybe we should start marketing them with like our logos on them.
That'd be a great idea. I know where to do it.
Hey, make fanny packs cool again.
I'm always getting this stuff from these people overseas that want to sell me leather goods. I think it'd be great. Make a waterproof fanny pack and call it the Rainy Rider. I'm down. Who
the Rainy Rider rucksack.
The Rainy Rider rucksack. I love it.
Yeah.
Who's down? Who'd buy one? Put it in the comments. If you haven't already, go and hit that like button. It helps out things. Also, down below, I'm not selling rucksacks yet, but I am selling t-shirts, mugs, and coffee cups. Get you one, man. Help out the channel. That's what keeps us free. I have Patreons, and I throw a little extra stuff on Patreon every once in a while, but for the most part, man, I want as much people to see my stuff as possible because I love sharing what I have, and I love having the channel, and I love talking to people, so I keep it free, and I'll make anybody pay to see my content. So buy me some stuff.
I know I started a Patreon because my tax lady said I had to, but yeah, oh well. And when I get to 500 subscribers, I'm going to do a drawing for people who have subscribed who I can discover their name. Because there are some people that subscribe and you can't see their name. Well, when I get to 500 registered subscribers, I'm going to do a drawing, and somebody's going to get a really nice handmade, one-of-a-kind saddlebag book. So.
And they're very nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, very nice.
I love making them.
All right.
Okay.
What is the stupidest thing you have ever done on a motorcycle?
Oh, fuck. There's been so many things. Well, I can remember one year I went to the toy run in Olympia back home. And being a toy run, it was the first Saturday of December. And, you know, sometimes it snows in Tacoma in December. So this particular year, I had a buddy that had a motorcycle shop. And so he always got a motel room for us down there. Well, and then we'd all go get drunk, and we'd all take our hungover asses home the next day. So I was down there that night, and there's only a certain amount of fun you can have. And so things happened, and I decided I wanted to go home. And so it was late. It had been snowing off and on all day, and I saddled up my little Sportster and headed home. And my other buddy, Tony, was riding with me. And so we just kind of hauled ass home in our normal, usual fashion, up I-5, and got to Tacoma, pulled off, and I pulled in at a gas station because I was sucking fumes. And Tony rolls up next to me, and he goes, "Hey, what'd you think about that ice down there?" I was like, "Ice? Ice?" And Tony still remembers that to this day. Yeah, but, you know, it's a fun memory. I live to tell the tale. The tale is, don't drink and ride. And like I've said before, some of the ideas I talk about and the things I've done or said, just because I've done it or said it doesn't mean it's a good idea. So
lessons learned.
Yeah, that's a lesson learned. Don't ride impaired.
Yeah, it's not a goal.
No. But, you know, great story.
All right. How about scariest moment on a bike?
Oh, well, there's been a couple of them really recently, and they were also related to extremes of temperature. The When I went to Forgotten Angels last time, I was on my Dyna, and coming home, I went up over Vale Pass, and then I went up into Utah, and I pushed over Soldier Summit, and it's, oh, I forget how high it is, 11,000 feet or something like that. But I checked, and it didn't show as it having snow, so I thought, oh, I'm golden. So I go, and it's cold, and I'm like, I've got my heated gear on, I've got my heated grips on, I've got the hippo hands breaking the wind. I'm like, I'm just gonna have to suck it up. And I was just sucking it up. So all of a sudden I'm going up this hill, and I go around a corner, and there is ice on the road. All you can see is these two tracks through the ice where the cars have been running. So I'm like, I looked at this, and I'm like, because it was in the shade of the mountain, I'm like, I'm gonna fucking die. I'm gonna fucking die. I'm like, what am I gonna do? So in the meantime, I'm still riding forward. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna die. So obviously I didn't die, but I was running through my options really quickly in my head. It's like, well, I could turn around. Well, I was going too fast for that, and I was afraid to cross over those ice lines. And there was just enough traffic not to make that practicable on a fully loaded motorcycle. And so I'm like, well, I'm gonna have to keep going forward. So I tried really hard to stay in the, and I'm sure that it wasn't quite as disastrous as I remember it. But anyway, so I followed this one track, and I was trying to stay out of the ice. And so I get up to the top of the summit, and there was a little gas station up there. So by this time, my GoPro has frozen up. My phone had been telling me some kind of error message. Come to find out, it had frozen up too. So I get up to the gas station. I don't turn my motorcycle off. I gas it up. I go inside. I buy everything they have that's a chemical pack to warm up, and I activate them all. I go in. I use the bathroom, and they had some of those foot things, you know, that you put on the bottom of your instep that warms your feet. And so I slapped those all down the front of my legs, and everything else that I could all over my body to keep myself warm, and I just cautiously proceeded on my way, and obviously, as I said, didn't die.
You're obviously still here. Good
I
job.
am.
Good job.
Yes. So yeah, that was a sketchy thing. But the other sketchy thing that I did was I always figure that there'll be some place you can stop and take a break when you need to. And on the Road King, when I took it out the first time by myself, I had left town with some family, the Neal family. So anyway, they went back home, and I pushed on. And I was solo then, and I'm like, I'm a little unsteady and unsure still, because, you know, bigger bike, big load. I can barely get that thing up off the kickstand, but I managed. And every once in a while, I'd have to ask somebody to help me. But anyway, so I'm out in the middle of Nevada in the desert, and it is hot as fuck. And so I had like 3 big things of water. So I'm going through the water. I had my vest, and I had cooled myself down with my vest, and I'm like, I'm going, and I'm like, there was no place to stop and cool off, and there was no shade. So I'm like, I stopped somewhere, and I'm like, I put the kickstand down, and I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this thing back up off the kickstand. Maybe somebody will stop, maybe they won't. I could die here in the desert. Obviously, again, I didn't die. But the cool thing I learned about that is, and I've told you guys about this, and you might have seen it as a short on my channel, you get a big ass bag of ice, you put it behind your windshield, you poke some holes in it, and the water sprays back on you as you're riding. Oh, it feels so good. But yeah, so hot and cold. Yeah. Anybody got any questions yet?
Throw them questions down. Did I already ask this one? What has been your favorite part of riding? We just kind of roll.
My favorite part of riding. You know, my favorite part of riding is the memories that I have, because over the years I've lost a lot of people, and I have some memories that I hold in my heart of them. And yeah, those are good memories. And the other part is that people that you meet when you go out on your ride, and like I was telling you about that little old guy that I met at that one gas stop, and it was out in the middle of nowhere, Virginia, and we had pulled in to get some gas, and it was just a little old country store gasoline situation. And so this old guy, I wasn't sure if he was going to make it in the store, so I'm holding the door for him and all this stuff, and he gets in there, and he was just wore out looking. So I'm chatting with him, and he's like, well, I got a half a mind to go with you. I'm like, well, if I had space, I'd take you. And his wife or daughter, whichever, looks at me and goes, oh, don't get him started. He'll go home, get that motorcycle out, and you'll have a hell of a time getting rid of him. But yeah, so, it's things like that. And it's like, I remember those things. And it's like, you can have a bad day, and you can trot out a couple of those memories and think about that feeling that it gave you. So yeah, ripples in the pond.
We met a guy today when we got to the hotel. First we pull up and there's this huge, shiny red, brand new Corvette.
Yep.
And it was like, we'll pull up beside it, we'll wait for this guy to move out of the way, and we'll pull the bikes up. Dude comes out, and he's from Denver. We get to talking to him, and he says, yeah, I just decided I was just going to disappear for a while, so I took some time off from my job and went driving. And I always wanted to come here, so drove here. We're in Birmingham. He came from Denver. Yep. He just decided, I'm going to drive down and see it.
Yep.
So he's down here. He went to Barber today, and tomorrow he said, where did he say he was going? Somewhere else down in Florida.
Yeah. Myrtle Beach?
Myrtle Beach.
Yeah, Myrtle
so
Beach.
He's driving to Myrtle Beach tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because he wants to go.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of things I want to aspire to. He's a little bit older than me, a little bit younger than you. And
yeah,
he said,
was a little younger than me.
He said,
but he's had both hips replaced.
Yep. He said, I want to go do stuff. So that's what you want to aspire to. You don't want to wait until you're too old to do anything.
No.
And then you'll miss out forever. So this dude is like, well, I'm just going to disappear and drive across country because I want to.
And I admit, I do feel a little bit of pressure about that sometimes because, none of us are getting any younger. And no matter how cliche it sounds, if there's something that you want to go do it now. Make it happen. I mean, my family is very supportive of me going out and chasing dreams and good times. And I'm so thankful for that. I mean, I talk to my friends and my friends' wives, and it's like I hear that they're kind of disconnected from their family and their kids and everything. And I'm like, I am so blessed. I mean, all the family I grew up with, they're mostly gone now. But my kids, I can call them and they're there. It's just great.
I would rather hit the point where toward the end, of my life, I'd rather say, well, I wish I would have done it one more time instead of I wish I would have been able to do it once.
Yeah.
Because at least, you'll never be able to do everything you want as many times as you want. But do the things you want to do at least once.
Yep.
Just to see if you like it. If you like it, do it again. What's the old saying? I'll do anything once, twice if I like it?
Yep. I used to be in the 70s and 80s. Motovon, Virginia.
A Viking fan.
Oh, okay. Not so much on football anymore, Road King. Oh, is there a game on right now, guys? What's the score? Anybody know?
Somebody's losing.
Oh.
And
Who's losing?
And somebody's winning.
Yeah, well.
Always.
Okay. Next question.
All right. Flip side of that, what has been the most frustrating part of riding for you? Birmingham.
Well, the most frustrating part about riding is when people automatically assume because I'm old and I'm a woman that I can't accomplish what I want to do, or, gosh, you look pretty shaky on that big motorcycle, or can you back that up by yourself, or aren't you scared to go that far on your own? Sometimes I do need to ask for help to do things. And I used to feel really bad about that. I used to think that, if you needed to ask for help, like backing up your bike or picking it up after you drop it, you shouldn't be on that bike. But I have done a 180 on that idea. I think that, and I've seen enough men ask for help when they need help. I don't feel bad about it at all. Although, that said, I do take classes to boost my skills. I do go out and practice to boost my skills. And it's a constant trying to better my skills at this level. But yeah, it's just frustrating because I've been doing this a minute, and I love it. I'm probably not going to stop because somebody else thinks I shouldn't.
Do it till you can't, and then find a way to do it.
Oh, yeah.
Flash Gordon says, just tuned in at Red Corvette. He's been getting the Corvette bug lately. 63 split window, my favorite, but it costs a lot of money.
Oh, I had a boyfriend with one of those once. It was silver, and he let me drive it. It wasn't as fast as I would have thought, but it was a lot of fun, and man, did I pick up a lot of guys in that car.
You picked up a lot of guys in your boyfriend's car?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what he gets for stepping out on me and leaving his car there.
No questions.
That's right.
No judgment.
Yay. I was cute.
Chasing Ghost, welcome in.
Hey, how are you, Chasing Ghost?
Flash Gordon says, who cares about a football game? We're on.
That's right.
Yeah.
I like your thinking. And cheers, everybody.
Cheers to you.
Hey. Safe travels here.
I forgot the whiskey, but GMA was there for me with the rum, so we're good.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I don't usually drink when I'm riding, but at the end of the day, I'm a big fan of a celebratory drink for a safe arrival.
Say celebratory again?
Celebratory.
We love it.
Yeah, celebratory.
Ghost says she works with 99% of men will ask for help all the time. Yeah, I mean,
Exactly.
there's no shame in that.
Yeah,
I mean,
there's not.
We're all going to eventually hit the point where we can't do things quite as good as we used to.
I pulled the Road King over one time. I think it was in Utah in a rainstorm. And so I pulled over in a gravel field because there was a place over there to take shelter and put on my rain gear, right? So I saw a couple of other guys had already had that idea. So I thought, well, I'll pull over, and if I have a problem, I'll ask them to help me. So, and of course, I chatted them up. And while I'm talking to them, come to find out they had a lady friend that's in her 80s, had a bike that's bigger than mine. It's like an Electric Glide Classic something or other. But one guy's like, it's huge. But apparently she is like 5 feet tall and has to travel with people because she needs help getting it off the kickstand and getting it going. And, you know, I think if that was the case, I might make a few changes in my own personal style. But props for her for riding. I don't mind asking for the occasional help, but I do really enjoy the part where, for the most part, I can do this solo.
Yeah.
I know it's kind of confusing, huh?
Well, I mean, if it gets to where you gotta, have somebody help you push it around, at least buy them a drink. I mean,
Right,
shit.
of course.
I'd go along with that just to get the free drinks. I mean, shit. I'm for that. I'll push your bike. Shit.
You'd go along just for the
I did get a free
content.
drink.
You did, yeah.
I
See?
would. I would go along for the content.
And to be perfectly honest about it, he backed my bike out of his garage for me earlier.
Well, it's my garage. I know where everything
Yeah,
slopes and bends
exactly.
and drops off. So
Yeah. I mean,
Easy enough.
it's kind of disconcerting to me to be backing my bike up and have somebody helping me because, you know, it's like you never know where that tippy point is, especially if there's another person involved in the equation. I mean, I know when shit's tipping, I just get out of the way. I've done that. I've dropped the Road King 3 times now, just backing it around, and I don't feel bad about it. It's a learning curve.
ain't no shame in the game.
Nope. It is still a nice bike, but I am proud of them crash bars.
I am thinking so. When I bought my bike, there was some little scratches. Apparently, it rubbed up on something in the garage on the whole right side. So I've got it repainted now. It actually looks great. You hardly can tell. But Lila's been telling me to get some guards around the bags. So I'm looking for guards to go around the bags. That's my next thing.
You need those. It also protects the bags in an event of a layover, and it's a nice place to grab when you're going to pick the bike back up. The guy that I was watching, you know, you secure the front brake, and if you're going towards that side, you make sure that one of your hands is overhand and one of your hands is underhand. He said it gives you better traction that way, which makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Motorbomb says, or Chasing Ghost says, nothing wrong with chivalry. How much
Chivalry.
did you give me?
A lot.
Chivalry, as long as it's not condescending.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Well, granted, you're going to give your friends shit, but you're not going to. Hopefully, you're not going to give shit to a random person on the road. But
I fully
that can be
expect that some of my friends, if I ask them for help, they're going to give me a little bit of crap about it. Like when I was in that icy situation in Utah, one of my besties at home. Her husband has a trailer, and she's like, I would have sent him to get you. I'm like, I know you would have, but I don't want to have to listen to that much shit because I would have heard about it. I'd still be hearing about it. But, they'd come do it because they love me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely give you shit, and you probably tell them fuck off.
Exactly. Yeah. Yep. Yet here I am out here making sure I get her fucking poker chips and take pictures of purple bikes.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm looking for questions.
And that was a gorgeous purple bike yesterday we saw at Harley.
What was that color again?
I was about to ask you.
Oh, lilac dust.
No, it wasn't lilac. It was.
I could look at Becca's.
Yeah,
test.
it was a denim purple.
Yeah.
And it was like a radioactive phosphorescent smash frog.
It was gorgeous.
Something violet.
And I don't like purple.
It was something violet.
Oh,
Purple Abyss.
Purple Abyss denim.
Purple Abyss denim.
Yes.
It was gorgeous. It was gorgeous. I would drive it. My wife would love it.
Yep.
But she.
It would match that book I made for her.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it would.
So I got to get her a motorcycle. Yeah. It was huge, though. It was a Hurricane.
Had to buy this motorcycle to go with your book.
They had it in two styles. They had it in a street glide and a road glide.
Yeah.
But it was gorgeous. Oh, yeah, Dragon Paradise. It's Colleen from Law Tigers visit today. Did you tell her I said hi? So, speaking of which, Colleen gave me a ton of stuff from Law Tigers to give away. So, Saturday night, if we get back to the crib in time, we'll have another live, and we got to give some stuff away.
Yeah.
So, see us. And again, it seems like I'm scamming you guys, but tomorrow night, we're going to be live from here. So, tomorrow, me and GMA.
Because that makes it all a tax write-off.
Yeah. So, but tomorrow, me and GMA are going to go to Barber. And we're going to video. We're going to make some good videos. And tomorrow night, we're going to tell you all about the coolest stuff that we saw. So it's going to be awesome. Swear to God.
It's going to be great.
So come again tomorrow, and it's going to be more than just me and her this time. Probably. Maybe. I don't know. Motobomb, you need to get back on one of my lives. You need to jump on tomorrow night.
Yeah, that was fun.
1905 Flyer 3 says, I love the bag guards on my bike. I haven't tried them out yet. Yeah, that's one of the things is like, it's almost like insurance. It's like washing your car.
Yep.
If you don't wash your car, it won't rain. As soon as you wash the car, it's going to rain. This is kind of the flip side. If you get all the protective shit, we were talking about this yesterday, that when we left the house, we're like, we'll put our jackets on. And
that
if
way
it's
we
too
won't need
hot,
them. Yep.
Yeah, if it's too hot, we can take them off. But if we don't take the heavy jackets, we're going to go
yeah.
through a squall and a snowstorm, and it's probably going to hail.
Yeah.
So just bring the stuff as extra insurance, and then you won't need it. Rain gear, same way. If you don't bring the rain gear, it's going to rain the entire way.
Bring the rain gear, put it on top of the pack.
And I brought 2 pairs of boots because I figured if it rains, I'll swap them. You didn't bring the third pair
for 3 days?
Huh?
You didn't bring the third pair for 3 days?
No.
Okay.
Well, if it rains, but I brought the second pair in case it rains. It didn't rain, so.
I can't say much. I mean, I packed pretty light, but since then I've bought some T-shirts and a lot of stickers and some stuff for the folks at home. And yeah, I'm going to probably mail a bunch of crap home. Okay, next question.
Okay, Flashborn says, not a football watcher. Anyway, many like to watch TV, sports, no problem, just not for me. Yeah, I can't stand to watch on TV. Especially after, so I worked for an advertising company back in early 2000s. And once I started going to baseball games live and football games live, I couldn't watch on TV.
Really?
Nope. It drives me nuts because they're not watching what you want to see.
Yeah.
In a baseball game, especially, in a baseball game, stuff is happening. You get to look
at what you want to look at.
Yeah, in a baseball game, things are happening all over. Same thing with football. Things are happening all over. And when you only get to look at what the camera lets you look at, it's frustrating as hell.
I like to people watch.
Hockey, same way, because every once in a while, the cameraman will focus on the wrong thing. Because they'll do one of these fakes and shoot the puck, and he'll try to follow where he thinks the puck's going, and it ain't there. So it's much easier to watch the game yourself. Just going to say.
Flash Gordon, I totally agree with that idea. He says he's tempted to paint everything in his stable a high-vis yellow. That way distracted cell phone drivers can be over past 20 years they wear welder goggles just to look at the yellow. Yeah, that would be some bright paint, wouldn't it? My dad used to paint the little rest stops in Washington, and they had this, that Dayglow orange color they used at the time, and he had some left over, so my brother had a 56 Chevy, And my dad painted it out in the driveway with that bright orange. It was a really nice looking car after that.
I bet it was. Better
Yeah.
get some attention.
Yep.
Tracy Ghost says, I'm going to a funeral Sunday of a man I greatly respect. He had just retired a year ago. They bought the house they wanted, and they had this once I retired plan.
Oh.
But then he had a heart attack. So don't wait.
Do it now.
Live like you're dying, because you might be.
It's very
do the
sad.
things you want to do now.
I'm sorry for your loss, Ghost.
I have discovered, and this is me with S&S intake and S&S pipes with a tune on this Street Glide. People do not hear pipes, period. Loud pipes, unless you rev at the perfect moment next to them, they're not going to hear it. That's why I'm a big fan of lights, because they can see lights. Cars now, especially cars, they can't see crap. They can't hear crap. But if they see a bright light flashing at them, most of the time they might see it, if you're lucky.
I really like that extra bar of lights that I have on my Road King. It's got the Hiawatha style lights. We were talking about that the other day. And it's got a little switch. I can turn them on and off. I mean, sometimes I'll flip them on and off while I'm rolling down the road just because, people notice. If there's a change in lights behind them, they notice. If I'm turning them off or turning them on. And like sometimes I'll flip my high beams on or off just because. Or like people think I'm screwing around, but I like to dip side to side on the road when I'm riding because number one, it feels good. And number two, people notice you.
Flashes.
If you stay in the same position, same lane, people are going to get used to seeing you there and they're going to get blind to you being there. So every once in a while, I dip around or I change my lights or I wave my arms, like I stretch when I'm riding. And people are like, oh, okay, that's what she's doing. Oh, okay. But yeah.
And I like the leather as much as the next person, but if you can find something that breaks up your silhouette, you're much easier to see.
Yep.
All right. What are your plans for this year?
This year is almost over.
I'm going to just eat your nuts here.
I have more nuts. My plans for the rest of this year. Well, let's see. When we are done here, I am going to go to your house with you. Saturday, we're going to do what we do. I'm going to get my back tire on the Road King checked. And then Sunday, I'm hooking it for home. I'm hopefully going to miss the rain. And I'm planning on being home by Saturday afternoon. So we'll see. I'll check in with you guys periodically from the road. I don't check in real time though. So, I mean, I know it's probably relatively safe to do that, but I just don't personally care to do that. I don't want to make anybody in my family uneasy, so I just don't do that. But anyway, I'm hoping to get home by Saturday. And then there's the toy run coming up. I have an event Saturday, which is why I want to get home by then. But then the toy run is the first Saturday. But before that, Bash, the food bank that I volunteer at, has a turkey dinner giveaway that we're doing. And we did that turkey run to support that a while back. And Indy Ridge donated generously. Thank you, Steve. But we gave away last year, we gave away 400 turkeys and all the fixings in. I don't know if you've ever seen a banana box, but they're pretty big. They're about that big by that big by that big. And we fill that up with turkey dinner fixins, and we give them a frozen turkey and send them on their way. So it's pretty cool. And let's see, what else am I going to do? I have a whole bunch of other charitable stuff. I think we're doing a hat and coat drive. And then, of course, there's Christmas. I have family, so I'll be hanging out with my family for Christmas.
Sweet.
And Thanksgiving. Yeah. I'm looking forward to it.
We'll be with adopted family.
Nice. Well, you can come adopt my family if you'd like.
That's a long way up there, though.
Oh, wow. I came here.
It rains out. You're right. I do. You talk about trying to get back and do all this time. I won't mention any names, but some of you might know who it is. This YouTuber had decided she was going to do the 48 and 10 challenge. And her theory for this was, well, I've done an iron butt. So basically it's doing an iron butt every day for 10 days, and I can do that.
What's a 48 and 10 challenge?
You do all 48 states in 10 days.
Why?
To do it.
Oh, well.
You have to partially ride through all 48 states, the continental United States. But I'm thinking to myself, I can ride to Florida. It's almost
Yeah.
900 miles, and I can
Yeah.
make it, and it's not very strenuous, but you're tired afterwards.
Yeah.
And you're not going to want to do it the next day, and the next day, and the next day, because it starts wearing on you.
It does wear on you.
And about the fourth or fifth day of her riding 900 miles a day, she was balled up in a bathroom somewhere in Arizona crying.
Mistakes would be made.
Because it starts to stress you out, and when you get stressed, you're emotionally just start breaking down. But I remember thinking, did you not know this would happen, or did someone tell you not? And again, this is one of these people that only rides during riding season.
Oh.
And since she's a girl, Harley gives her anything she wants because she has a YouTube channel. And I think they may have regretted giving her that afterwards because she.
I wish they'd give me a motorcycle. Well, no,
I
I
wish they'd
don't.
give me some too.
I don't have any room for any more motorcycles, so scratch that.
No, I just made room. I made room in my garage. I have room for another bike, so now I can.
And I'm taking mine home Sunday, so you should get another
Yes,
motorcycle.
I'll have a slot. I'm going to
Yeah.
leave that hole open
Sure you are.
and get another motorcycle.
Okay.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, when I first got the Road King, I kind of wanted to take it out and see how it fit me before I started doing a lot of modifications on it. So my daughter threw all three of my grandsons in my car, and I hopped on the Road King and I took it over to Missoula, Montana, 500 miles in a day, which, you know, that's not undoable. That's an easy day. So I went 500 miles, I slept a little bit, and I got on the bike and I rode home again. So I did 1,000 miles well within 24 hours. But and I wasn't uncomfortable afterwards or anything. I had a great time with my grandkids, but I mean, I think that I would personally lose a lot by getting up and just doing that every day for 48 states worth.
Your body's got to heal. Your mind's got to heal.
Well, you know,
Your
and
psyche has to heal.
I rode to your house in, what was it, 6 days, which was no big deal. I mean, I had a couple of 200-mile days, mostly 400, 500-mile days, which for me, that's a good, comfortable day. And, you know, I've got my bike set up to be comfortable. And, yeah, I love it. It's my thing.
Even riding, you know, when I did the Illinois or the Ohio trip for about 4 or 5 days, I rode about 400 or 500 miles a day. And when I finally got home, my body was still buzzing for hours, and I'm like almost a full day afterwards, because your body just starts getting used. It's almost like when I was on the ship, you get used to swaying.
Yeah.
And like you get used to the sea legs, and then once you get back on land, you all of a sudden, for some reason, you just lurch to the side for no reason, because your body's used to lurching every once in a while.
Well, and it's like people that do much road tripping will understand this. And it's like you're on your bike and you have this certain rhythm to your life. And, well, I know I do anyway. So I get up and I do these things and I go do this motion, which riding. I get off the bike, I do these things, I get up and I repeat the next day. And after you get to your target, like when I got back from Forgotten Angels last time, I'd been on the road off and on for 20 days. And it took me a couple of days for the momentum to stop in my head. I mean, I'm not saying I was going crazy or anything, but it's a different type of a rhythm. You know, you get into the groove of, I do this now, I do this now, I do this like this. Oh, okay, I'm going to sit here and play with my dog now. Oh, I can watch TV now. Oh, I don't have to get up and race out the door now. You know, it was pretty cool.
I don't have to wash clothes every 3 days.
I don't wash clothes every 3 days. It is funny, though, because no matter how long I'm gone for, I pretty much take the same setup with me. Do you want to know what it is?
Yes.
Okay.
Rum?
Well, always rum. That's a given. I take my little cooler. I usually have some packets of mustard in it. I take some everything bagel seasoning in a little Tupperware thing. I take some B12. I take my 3 ice packs so that I can keep Diet Pepsi cold, because I'm a Diet Pepsi girl. I bring a couple things of water. I bring a couple packets of instant oatmeal and whatever food, other stuff that I have that I want to have on hand for snacks. Because otherwise, I know myself, and I will stop at a store once in a while to replenish my food stores. But generally, I just go in and I buy whatever at a gas station. But usually, if I plan carefully, I can eat out of my little cooler for the first 3 or 4 days on the road. And then I pack my riding pants, my riding jacket, 2 pairs of long johns, a pair of jeans, 4 pairs of socks, a couple sets of unmentionables, a pair of shorts, and a tank top. I know. Shh, don't tell anybody. Um, Gloves. I carry 3 pairs of gloves: lightweight, medium, and heavy. Sounds kind of silly, but and those neck things, the neck rags. I carry usually 3 or 4 of those because they have a variety of uses. My toiletry stuff, a hoodie or a sweatshirt, my heated jacket if it's the winter, and my wired heated jacket. Amazing. And of course all my camera crap because, yeah.
I keep 2 pairs of gloves on the bike even when I'm going to work and back. I
Yeah.
always have a permeable pair and a non-permeable
Yep.
pair. Because you never know. Weather will sneak up on you. Okay. So,
I look shifty.
you do look shifty. You are shifty. All right. If someone came to you and said, all right, I've finished the MSF. I've been on this 250 Honda for 3 or 4 months. I'm ready to move up to another bike. What kind of bike should I get? What'd you tell them?
I'd tell them don't change at all yet. I'd tell them go out and go on a road trip. Go someplace that you really want to see. Go test some bikes. Kick the tires. In the meantime, go out and ride the shit out of that 250 Honda for at least a year. And come back and talk to me again. And let's talk about what other bikes you sat on, talked about, looked at, that kind of stuff.
Good enough. The emphasis on being set on every bike that you can possibly sit on.
What?
The emphasis being set on
Oh,
every
yeah.
bike you can possibly sit on.
Ask people first, of course. Don't just go hop on motorcycles.
Nope, just hop on them. Nobody
Yeah.
cares. Nobody cares. Everybody always should ride their bike. If the keys
Sure.
are in it, take off.
Fuck that shit.
I'm a big advocate of. We talked about this the other day. We're at the Harley dealer, and he's like, "Have you rode a Road King yet?" And I said, "Well, I did ride one, but I don't think I liked it." He goes, "Don't ever sit on a bike you think you're going to like, especially if you just bought one, because you'll immediately want to sell it and get another bike. Because when you sit on that bike that you like better than your bike, you will never be happy with your bike
Yep.
again until
True.
you get that new bike."
Yeah.
So when you're out shopping for one, sit on as many bikes as you can. Try every one.
And ask people. Read reviews. Educate yourself. Don't go out and buy something just because everybody else told you to get that bike.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're on the 4th wave of trendy bikes right now, and it never fails. I've seen it go through the Go Wing craze, lowrider craze, the Dyna craze. Now we're back to the lowrider ST craze, and everybody's on the Pan America craze. And then they keep moving because they don't like the bikes. They buy them because their friends like them, because their friends want them to buy them, or they think it's trendy. You can do that with shoes. You can't do that with bikes. Shoes are cheap. Bikes are not.
Chasing Ghost, I exactly get what you're talking about. She mentions that, it's the same kind of a thing when you're driving a truck. Rinse, rise, repeat, do the same things. And then you're getting home with your family and your loved ones and you're feeling a little bit out of sync, right? That's kind of that's what I mean. You get it. It's nice to know it's not just me.
Mm-hmm.
And Flash Gordon says, I look shifty. Oh, well.
Shifty
You know
liver,
that my
shifty the
Sportster
bottles.
shifts on the opposite side of all my other motorcycles? So when you tell me I'm riding a Sportster now, in my head, I'm like, I'm trying to shift on the right-hand side, no matter what your Sportster is. So I was like, I am not getting on Rainy's Sportster. Mm-mm.
No mess up.
Yeah.
It's a very nice bike. I love it.
It's a nice-looking bike.
Yeah, one of each.
But,
Vice versa is one of
when
each.
somebody tells me Sportster, I'm like shifting on the right. Yep. Next question, please.
Next question.
Yes.
This is a deep question for you.
Ooh.
If you could go anywhere on a motorcycle today, on any bike you want, starting anywhere, ending anywhere, what bike would you take and where would you go?
I would probably get myself, don't laugh, I would get a smaller bike, maybe a Dyna. I would go to Europe. It would be set up with some saddlebags and some travel-y crap. And I would just tootle around Europe for probably 6 or 8 months. And by Europe, I mean Europe, like Asia, France, yet all over the place, as far as I could push, just because. And I'd ship the bike over and I'd wander around Ireland which wouldn't take too long because isn't it an island?
It is an island. It's a pretty big island.
Yeah. Well, I would do that.
And
Yeah.
there's lots of back. So
Yeah.
I'm watching a friend of mine. She's riding through the Faroe Islands right now.
Oh.
Actually, and the way they pronounce it is far away. So it's a small island, you would think, but she's been riding around on this island every day for like 5 or 6 days.
Oh, that's cool.
And it's all little small trails through sheep pastures and mountain ranges, and it's
Oh, Neil
there's
just
lots
came
of
in.
stuff. Neil, welcome
Neil M.
in.
Yes, Flash. My Sportster is a 1974 XLCH. Extra lean, competition hot.
What's it stand for?
Extra lean, competition hot. It's not really all that hot of a bike anymore, but I love it anyway.
Lots of low end torque.
Yep.
That's
Oh
what it's
yeah,
for.
it will definitely take off.
Next question. Make sure you guys first make sure you guys are hitting the like, and then throw your questions down in the live chat.
Yeah. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, go do that too.
Better late than never, Neil.
Yeah. Yeah, we're glad to see you in here. Thank you for stopping by.
All right. Have you inspired anyone to wrench or ride their own bikes?
Well, yes. When my daughter was younger, she loved wrenching on stuff. She built herself a Barracuda engine, a car, and then she blew it up and she rebuilt it again. She had a little Hummer that she was putting together, and then life happened and she had a baby instead. So I also had a friend named Jennifer. Well, I still have a friend named Jennifer, but strangely enough, her son is my mechanic, one of them. And so Jennifer back in the day had a Sportster, and she didn't know how to work on it. And back then, her son was in grade school, so he can work on it either. But anyway, so I would take my book and go over there, and Jennifer and I would puzzle stuff out on her Sportster. And she and I were just having a conversation the other day about how happy we are. We don't have to work on our own shit anymore. But yeah, I think I did inspire a few people to work on their own things. I also helped a woman that had a Sportster back in the day. And that was frustrating though, because I was helping her rewire it. And at the time, the wiring scheme I was using was pretty easy. No turn signals, no extras. And I had a stock diagram that I did, and I knew how it worked, and I carried it in my purse. I kid you not. I had the diagram in my purse. And so every time I'd get almost done with it, I'd have to go to work or school or something, and she would have some guy come over and help her. And one day I come in and the garage smelled like burnt wires, and she had some guy in helping her, and the whole thing burned up.
No.
I'm done. I had her move it out.
That sucks.
Yeah. But what are you going to do?
You help them until you can't help them anymore, then you kick them to the curb.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Yep.
Jeremy, welcome in.
Hi, Jeremy.
Flash Gordon says his Sportster is the same year, 1974, but XLH, but also orange.
Nice. Orange is a very beautiful color.
Yep, Jeremy McCormick, yep. So racing bikes and the flat track bikes, the shifter was on the right side.
Yep.
That way you wouldn't bury it in the dirt and
Yep.
inadvertently shift.
Or on the boards. Yeah.
Or on the boards.
Yeah.
So, yep, it's, there was British bikes back in the day also some of them had left-hand throttles.
That's true.
And I think there was a Harley had a left-hand throttle too.
Yep.
The WLHs, the Army bikes, some of those were left-hand throttle where you could fire your gun. Police bikes back in the 30s and 40s were also left-hand throttle where you could draw and fire your gun. Yep.
Yeah.
It's funny how you just assume things have been the way they are forever. And
I thought everybody had a right-hand shift on their motorcycle. And then when I bought my shovel head and I was working on it and I had them both running at the same time, it was like I'd have to sit there in the driveway and like look down and what am I on today? And part of the process was I only had one battery between the two bikes. So if I was going to swap bikes, I'd have to take the battery physically out and put it in the other one. That was also a thing so nobody could want to borrow my other bike. Yeah.
Good times.
Yep.
Something I found out yesterday. So I was looking in the tech manual because we were going to change the oil on Lila's bike. Excuse me a second.
And we did, by the way.
She did. I supervised because I'm a manager. But I realized, so when I was in the Navy, every engine diagram was aft looking forward. Every side view was right to left. And I found out in Harley's tech manual, for this bike at least, it's forward looking aft and left side engine facing right. So when I was trying to find the drain plug, it was not where the book said it was because I was expecting it to be on the other side. So I corrected pretty quickly, but you just assume things are always the way they were. And I was just assuming every engine was aft looking forward. And
It didn't look anything like the underneath side of the Sportster.
No, not at all. There's no hose hanging down at all.
There's no oil dripping down either, thankfully.
Dragon Paradox says I had his customer on an old Benelli with left brake, right shifter.
Oh, cool. My wife, currently school nurse, is giving me nurse stories, telling me about her day chasing ghosts. That's adorable. I used to, because I worked for 25 years as an RN at a mental hospital here in Washington, but they all had their share of medical problems too, so I would come home and horrify my children and my family with my stories of my work day. Yeah. And I've still got some doozies of some stories, as you could attest.
Mm-hmm.
Given that one story I told you just, what, was it yesterday?
Yep, you've told me that story twice, and both times I cringed. Both times it was cringe. Absolutely.
I'll stop telling you.
No. It's a funny story to hear.
It's nice to know that I've said it the same way both times, though.
Yep. I have my same stories, and I don't know if you guys remember, what was it, Super Troopers, where the guy was like, look at this, is this normal? Is it normal? Is it supposed to be that color? Being a combat lifesaver, so in the military, if you go to big medical, like troop medical, they have to report you and they put it in your medical record. If you go to the combat lifesaver or the ACLS, they'll just treat you and give you stuff to treat it. So if it's something that you're going to get in trouble for, like you hurt yourself doing something absolutely stupid, they'll come see me before they'll go to big troop medical. And I got good at giving stitches. I got good at giving shots and lancing things that people were not supposed to have.
Okay.
And it was, I've got a good story for you later. It's about waxing.
Ooh.
Yeah. You tell people don't wax overseas because it's really, really nasty. It's true story.
Yeah.
I had a friend also, had to have his toe amputated because he didn't want to go to troop medical. He went and got a pedicure at the local TNC, the Third Country National beauty shop, because his girlfriend wanted him to go get pedicures. And they don't sanitize anything. They don't have autoclaves. They would just wipe them down with alcohol. And he got an infection in his toe and wouldn't go to troop medical because then he was embarrassed now that he went and got a pedicure and waited till the toe had gangrene and they had to send him to Germany and have his toe amputated.
Wow.
So long story short, if you got something wrong with it, just go to the doctor, man. Don't have somebody look at it and try to cover it up for you.
Yeah. You're going to wind up at bad TikTok reel.
This is so when we went to Twin Lakes, it was 2 years ago, and the kid got a hook in his thumb, and it went through the knuckle and out the nail, and he wanted me to pull it out for him, and I was like, you can't pull it out, it's got a barb on it. I said, it's got to be cut out. He goes, okay, go ahead. No, it's gonna hurt. One, it's gonna hurt. Two, you're probably getting an infection because I don't have anything to give you. And he's like, well, long story short, they were all drunk, high, and all under 18. And he didn't want to go to the doctor.
I know where this is going, I bet.
And I told him I would not bring him. Well, then this girl who was a nurse's aide and also pregnant that was with him said, I'll drive him. I'll take him. Well, his friend first tried to yank it out, and the dude started screaming like a little girl, which I can't blame him. Yeah. And so I went ahead and stabilized it for him. I took the treble hook off of the lure, which could have been the first thing they did, but nobody did it. And then I wrapped it up, stabilized it for him, and I sent him to the doctor. Well, they had that kid, and we were there for like 2 days. He didn't come back to like the middle of the second day, the night after he had done it, because they came and got us, I think, at like 10 or 11 o'clock at night. But I don't know how they do things in northern Tennessee, southern Kentucky, but I wasn't expecting the guy to come back. I was expecting him to go to jail or go hunt down their family, or the cops to show up and try to bust all the guys they were with. But we actually ended up leaving the next day because I was like, shit's about to get fuzzy here.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, yeah, just go to the doctor, man. If you fucked up, say you fucked up, because it might cost you your life. How did we get on this road? It's your fault. Dude cutting his balls off.
Yeah, he did.
Anyway.
Well, he tried to. He just didn't do the complete job.
He wasn't dedicated enough.
No.
All right, next question. You guys got questions? Throw them in the comments. First, hit the like button and then ask your question. There's rules here. If you could tell a new rider one thing that you had to learn the hard way, what would it be?
Well, stupid as it sounds, don't worry about how other people feel about your skill set or your ability or your authenticity to be where you are. You have that bike, you have it for a reason. You have it because you love it, either because you're just starting out or you've been there. If you've been there for a while, you know this. But don't let other people challenge your perception of if you can do that. When I was first when I first inherited my Sportster, I used to worry all the time, partly because my brother just died and everything shook me up. But, and I used to worry all the time because back in the 70s and 80s, guys had all kinds of opinions about women on bikes. And they would give me so much crap, and I really sometimes used to let it rattle me. But, you know, and after time, you learn that don't let other people's opinions flavor what you know to be right for your own situation. And that goes for a lot more than just motorcycle riding. And I think I've probably oversimplified this, but it's true. I mean, don't doubt your rightfulness to be where you're at and doing what you want to do. I mean, it's probably, you know, what I'm doing is probably not smart all the time, but it's what I want to do. And I hear a lot of people tell me, well, why are you? Yada, yada. Well, it's not something I can always explain, but I don't doubt anymore my ability to do it or my enjoyment of it. That's probably not the right way to explain it, but that's kind of how I feel about it.
I'll summarize. Don't listen to the naysayers. Do what you want to do.
Yeah.
There's more people out there who want to be part of your world and want you to be part of their world than there are these wannabes who want to gatekeep.
Yeah.
Problem is the gatekeepers are the ones that always talk loudest. So when they talk, ignore them.
Yeah.
Go to the next crowd. Because I love... We got out today. We were at QT, or at the Buc-ee's, and we're walking in. I hear a motorcycle. I'm like, well, I've just been riding a motorcycle since noon today, and I still, as soon as the motorcycle went by,
yeah. Oh yeah,
there's a motorcycle.
Like finds like.
He's one of us.
Yeah.
So it's.
Yeah.
I love talking motorcycles. I love breathing motorcycles. I love talking to people who ride motorcycles, and I would say probably 95% of motorcyclists out there are the same way. Don't be afraid to talk to people. Obviously, if they're going on a cross-country trip and they're trying to jump back on their bike real quick, maybe they're trying to do something. But if somebody's standing around their bike eating their candy bar like we were today, eating candy bars and drinking tea.
I mean, Matt, I will talk to everybody.
Yeah. I'll talk to anybody.
Mostly, I always try to make sure that, like, when little kids walk by and they're kind of looking at me like, scary big motorcycle and, oh, that's a lady? And it's like, I always try and smile at them because, you know, little kids are cute anyway. They don't know that you're doing something unusual. They just think that you're a grown-up and you have a really loud, scary toy. Yep. But, yeah.
Bring people into our world. There were 2 teenagers yesterday. We're coming back from Crossroads. And there was one hanging out at GMA's side and waving at GMA. She revved. Blinking out on my side waved at me and I revved. And then they're like, yeah. And then they're on their phones taking pictures in the rearview mirror and shit. Because it's exciting. That's how, you know, that's how we get people on our side. That's how we make more of us. How we get
people to notice us and not run us over, even more importantly.
Yeah, that too.
Because if you teach your kids to count motorcycles instead of slug bugs when you're in the car, they'll never run somebody over on a motorcycle. I bet you.
Flash Gordon says, if I have to explain, you wouldn't understand.
Exactly.
But so Chase and Ghost says...
That's a very good thing.
Chase and Ghost says, I'm apparently accident prone. Her wife helps her learn how to walk twice. She's banned from fire, sharp objects, and not allowed in Harbor Freight without adult supervision.
I can see the Harbor Freight thing because, man, I could do a lot of damage in there. They got some cool stuff.
I feel you, sister. I go in there for like some swivel clamps or some welding leads or something. I'm getting all kind. Oh, is new wire strippers? I could use those. Oh, is that a stubby wrench, Allen wrench? I can use those. Stubby ratchet? I can. Oh, I need one of those. I'm not sure what for, but I need one. I bet it fits on the motorcycle. Not like the one that's already on there. It doesn't fit. Obviously, I need a new one.
Moto Bloke 1. I totally agree. Ride at your own pace, and I probably should have mentioned that as well. Whenever I see somebody, and I hear a lot of women tell me, well, I'm a new rider, and we have those conversations. And I always try to make sure that I'm as welcoming to them as I can be. And I do always tell them, you know, if you're riding in a group of people, make sure you tell the group leader that you're new. Make sure you get to the front of the group. Some people will put them in the very back of the group, but it's better to put them in the front of the group if it's a situation, because that way more people can keep an eye on the new rider. So I always keep a new rider in front of me if I'm riding with them. And I've had a lot of new riders under my tutelage, I guess you would say. But I always tell them, don't do what I do. Don't do what I say. If you have any questions, ask me and I will help you problem solve. But mostly you get a little bit of education in the MSF classes that get you your license. And I wouldn't entertain riding with a new rider if they didn't have like at least their basic endorsement, because that's just dangerous and it's a huge liability. But I always tell these women, don't do anything you don't feel comfortable with. When you're coming up to a stop sign, stop, plant your foot, look around. Don't go on until you feel like you're not going to get hit. You know, it's totally different when I'm riding by myself. I roll up to a stop sign, I slow down, I look, I roll. But different skill set. We do the same thing. You get up there, you go. But as a new rider, they have a big career ahead of them, and they're the future of this life that we have here. And so it's in our best interest to make sure that they learn the comfortable way and that we build their confidence, you know, and mostly just being there for them. Well, you know, and I hear a lot of women saying, it scares me, it scares me. Well, does it make you happy more than it scares you? Because a little bit of butterflies in your gut, that's a healthy response, because this is a dangerous thing that we do. It is a very dangerous thing. And I'm not going to be the one that's out there pushing somebody, yeah, just go for it, just do it, just get over it. No, that's not smart. And I don't want to see anybody get damaged over what I've told them to do, try, or how to act. So it's really important to be supportive to new riders.
I will say,
ride at their own pace.
I will say, pick up your feet.
Yeah.
The worst thing you can do on a motorcycle is put your feet down when you don't need to. As soon as that bike's moving, pick your feet up. Don't put your feet down till the bike's not moving.
Yeah.
I've seen more people run over their own feet or wreck the bike because they're trying to duck walk it.
Yep.
And they're afraid of picking their feet up.
Yeah.
It's very dangerous.
That is one good point too. And the friction zone on your clutch is one of the things that changes on every bike that you're on, because every bike has a different friction zone. And it's really helpful to know where your friction zone is. And that was something that I didn't learn until I was into my second motorcycle class. I've been riding for a quick minute. And it makes a lot of sense, because it controls when you start taking off and when you start slowing and when you start tipping.
Yep. Learn your bike.
Yeah.
And if you've been off that bike for more than a week, relearn it when you get back on it.
And check everything. Check everything before you take it out.
Yep.
Chasing Ghost. I don't like large groups. I will ride with a couple of complete strangers if I like them. Agreed. To where we're going if I get a vibe. Hell no, too many variables in large groups. This is very true.
Yep.
And I do occasionally get stuck riding with large groups just because of the nature of some of the things that I do. But I used to ride in the back or in the middle of the pack. And I would always worry about the people riding behind me. Do they think I'm a good rider? Are they judging me back there? And anymore, I'm like, I don't really give a shit if somebody's judging me. And as a matter of fact, I might be sitting back there having my own internal monologue about, okay, I'm not lining up next to that guy because he doesn't know how to ride very well, or this person over here looks really shaky coming to a stop. And so you kind of get this thing about where you want to line yourself up in a group ride, and who you do or do not want to ride around. Just saying.
And I would rather ride with the cautious guy than the guy who's trying to rip
hot
off
dog,
of,
yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
tear off of every stop sign
Yeah.
and trying to zip around people and trying to.
Or the people
scrape
that want
the
a
pegs.
road guard, and then they come blasting up the middle of the turn lane, and then they jump in front of you, and you barely have time to hit the brakes. And oh yeah.
Yep.
But yeah.
Err on the side of caution always until you learn
Yep.
yourself.
Yep.
And again, and there's things I will do when I'm by myself that
Oh,
I
yeah.
won't do if somebody else is with me.
Yep.
Because when I'm by myself, I have to worry about myself.
Right.
If
Yeah.
I have somebody else with me, it's not that I have to worry about that person, but now I have to think for two.
Well, and it's like when you're going to jump into a spot, like when we're in traffic, it's like I could see you doing the mental, is there room for both of us thing? And I do that a lot too when I'm riding with somebody else. But usually if you're riding with somebody else, you're riding with somebody else that you know pretty well. And so you know where they're going to be and when they're going to be there and what their capabilities and their instincts are. So you can kind of plan ahead for that too. I mean, I can kind of.
Yep.
I like to think I can anyway.
Yep. And you get
Yeah.
better with people that you ride with
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
All right. What bike would you want to ride just once, knowing you could never afford it or ride it again? And it could be that it's so expensive, so rare, so old, but you could ride it once, and as soon as you got off, that was it. Or it could be
Still
so
the
dangerous.
same answer. It's a dangerous issue. I would want to take a top nitro fuel bike down the strip just once. Well, no, maybe 3 or 4 passes. Because,
Just
you
dumb
know,
it out.
just once, because you get a feel for it. I think by the 3rd pass, I'd probably have crapped my pants. But, yeah, because, I mean, you might have guessed it by now, but I really like to go fast.
I would never have guessed it.
It just feels good. But, yeah, so that's what I would like to ride.
Awesome.
Yep.
Oh,
I
sorry.
know.
I
It's
know.
been a long day, you guys.
It's been a tiring day. All right, we're rolling through here. Make sure you guys are asking your questions. So, what is your toxic trait?
Oh. I have a lot of them. In my head, I'm mean-spirited. It doesn't usually come out my face.
Yes, it is.
Huh?
Yes, it is.
Does it?
Yeah.
I don't usually say it, though.
No,
I don't
I
say
know
it
you
to
well enough to
everybody.
when you do that
Yeah.
little squint in
Yeah.
your mouth. She's thinking something bad.
It's true.
She's
No.
holding it in, but it's like
I mean, you know, I think that after you get to a certain age, everybody has that inner devil on your shoulder that's like, I could just fucking say this and be done with it. And I have a couple of friends that do say that kind of stuff, and I see the kind of damage it does within their personal relationships, and I'm like, it also helps that I was a psych nurse for 25 years, so I've kind of learned how to moderate my mouth. Well, sometimes. But anyway, yeah, so my toxic trait. I can be rude. I can be very rude.
well, if you have to be,
Yeah,
and then it's learned, then it's
Yeah.
required,
yeah,
earned.
yep.
Jason Ghost says some of the coolest people I've met are some random person at a gas station and we end up riding somewhere.
Oh, yeah,
And they're now on my Facebook or Insta asking if I want to go somewhere. Sometimes schedule allows.
yep. I love having those kinds of friends. It's too bad so many of them are so many states away, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do any of you have any questions for me?
Throw them questions down. We're almost.
And what are
leading
you
to
guys
the
all
end.
going to do this weekend?
Yep. Tell me where you guys are. Who's at the Forgotten Heroes compound? Who's going out to some ride? Who's going to go to their local Harley dealer and do a poker run or try to raise money for a kid? Let me know what you're doing. All right.
Flash says that he tends to be the guy that rides sweep since he's the one with 100 pounds of tools in his side boxes. Good on you. And yes, the clutches wear, and the friction zone is different on the same model of lots of motorcycles just due to the difference of wear and difference of clutches and I put Barnett clutches on my Sportster once from the stock ones. World of difference.
Brake pads, same.
Oh yeah. All I
There's a
run
lot-
now is Barnett's on my bikes.
If there's a lot of difference in centered brake pads and brass centered brake pads and ceramic brake pads.
Oh, Serenity Kitty's in here. I didn't know
Serenity
that.
Kitty, yeah, he's in
Hi.
here. Serenity's at FA. Welcome
How
in.
are you?
He's at FA.
I hope you are well. And please tell everybody that I love them and miss them.
Flash Gordon says, you don't seem mean-spirited at all.
Thank you, Flash. I appreciate that. In my head, I'm not nearly as mean-spirited as my daughter tells me I am sometimes, but you know, your kids have to tell you that kind of stuff because your family is the only people that will reel you back in when it's needed. Yep.
All right. What is one thing you would never take a road trip without?
Oh. Well, the stupid quick one is the rum.
Got to have the necessities.
Yeah. The one thing I would never leave home without. Credit card.
Perfect answer.
Yeah. Because, well, everybody knows. If you have a credit card, you can obtain any of the other items that you forgot.
Yep.
Yep. I also would always remember to take my sense of perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't take yourself too seriously and all that shit.
Flash Gordon says maybe no filter might be a better description.
Yeah, probably.
She has a filter.
I just don't use
I
it.
have seen, especially at some of the places we've been together, where you know she wants to say something,
Oh, yeah.
and she's like, "Is it worth it? Okay, I'll sit on this."
Yeah. But I think those thoughts really loud.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can tell when you need to back away from her. She's about to pop. What is your favorite motorcycle from a movie or TV series?
Oh, gosh. I think that I'd have to say Dennis Hopper's bike on Easy Rider, just because I had such a crush on him.
The Billy bike.
Yeah, the Billy bike.
Yeah. I like that better than the Captain America.
Oh, me too.
It looked like a much more comfortable bike.
Yeah. I mean, I saw a lot of different Easy Rider motorcycles during various trips through museums and such, in all the shops I've been to. But the Billy bike doesn't get featured very much. But for some reason, it just seems more iconic of a lifestyle to me. And not particularly that movie, but, you know, that was about the time that I was a kid and first starting to notice motorcycles. And it just holds a special spot in my heart.
I'll buy that.
Okay.
We were just watching the Biker Build-Off series again. I discovered it last night.
Oh, God, that broke my heart.
Yeah.
I didn't know they were going to talk about that on there.
I didn't either. It's an episode I'd never watched. It ended up being the build-off between Denver and Indian Larry. But looking at the two bikes, Denver's bike looked awesome, but didn't look like a bike you could actually ride. And Indian Larry's bike, number one priority is you have to be able to ride the bike anywhere.
And it was gorgeous.
And it was gorgeous. But Indian Larry has always said, I will never build a bike I can't ride.
Yep.
And we've seen these biker build-offs. We see them we see them all the time, and they're gorgeous, gorgeous bikes. But you got to look at them and go, would I really get on that bike and ride it across the states?
I mean, OCC kind of comes to mind when you talk about that.
Yeah, very uncomfortable bikes.
Yeah.
And that's why for the build-offs, you know, the first series or the first season, they didn't really make it a thing. Second and third seasons, you had to ride that bike like 800 miles somewhere. Because they didn't want bikes, because then, you know, the old timers were getting to it. It wasn't just these fancy guys building, you know, Etch-a-Sketch, you know, erector set bikes. They were building bikes to ride. And so they made it mandatory you had to ride that bike at least like between 500 and 800 miles. Some of them were really far. So I want a bike I can ride. I don't care if it looks pretty.
No, I don't either. Obviously, if anybody's seen my motorcycles, you know I'm not really impacted by how it looks.
Yeah. Soap is an option.
Well, yeah, it's not a really strong option in my book.
David says hello.
Hi.
Yeah, I don't mind, washing the bike off. Like I said, I won't detail it. I will never detail a bike, but I'll get out with a soap sprayer, spray it down, wipe the windshield off, get the lights, cleared off of bugs, and then wrench it.
Hey, Arkansas
And
Razor Gators in there?
Arkansas Razor Gators in here.
Oh, I didn't know that. Hi. And Serenity Kitty, tell David well, give David a hug for me, okay? Just cut right to the hug.
Pass on our hellos.
Yeah. I got the filter of a colander as I've aged. That flash, that is very good. I like that. Love that myself. Love the Billy bike myself. Been wanting a pan head since I was a kid. I've worked on a few but never owned one. I rode a pan head a couple times. I had a friend that used to come over and work on his pan head in my garage. And, well, I learned a lot of pan head stuff. And he said if I could kick it over, I could ride it, which back in the day, that used to be the thing. If you could kick it, you could ride it. And I was pretty sure I could since I could kick my Sportster over, so I kicked it over and took it out for a ride. And man, that thing dumped some oil. But yeah, it was fun though. Rough riding, but fun.
There was something I wanted to say, and my mind just went poof.
Usually you just go ahead and butt in and say it anyway.
I know, right?
Yeah. That's what you get for getting restraint.
I know, gosh. All right.
Sitting at home waiting for parts to get here. What parts are you waiting for? Jeremy. Yeah.
Yeah, who's building their own bikes out there, or who's trying to get a bike on the road?
Yes.
Let me know.
Yeah.
Let me know about your projects.
Yes. Since he has one currently sitting in his garage, he wants to hear about other people's misery.
Yeah. I have one that's like, I've gotten to the point where it runs. It runs pretty well. Now it needs skins and new tires, and I'm trying to figure out whether I wanted to get it running. I got it running, and I think I didn't set my goals high enough. Because now that it's running and I can ride it around the neighborhood, now I'm like, okay, now what?
That's a problem of my life.
Well, I'm trying to figure out now whether I want to tear it down and sell all the parts, or if I want to finish it and try to sell it on like Craigslist or something.
Motoblook, 21 years on dual sports. I know a little bit about washing my bike. You know, a couple of years ago, I was telling Rainey earlier, I bought some stuff. I think it's called S1000. And I wanted to make my motorcycle look nice. The thought passed in about 15 minutes. But by then I'd already ordered the crap. So it came. I took my Dyna out and I sprayed it on, and I went and I got the hose and I washed it all off, and I was like, and it dried, and I was like, man, this thing still looks like crap. There's all this soap scum on it, and it's like, I need a product that you can spray on, you rinse off, and it just beads up and looks beautiful. Because otherwise, wow. It really is the rum, isn't it?
I think it's the wind. We had a lot of wind today.
We had a lot of wind today.
A lot of wind today.
I tried to remember to ride with my visor closed because I was trying to record some stuff for my channel, but it was hot out, so.
Jeremy says he's waiting for a rotor, chain, and brake pads.
Oh, that's right. I remember
And front
talking about that.
forks.
Yeah. Been considering a Goldwing heavy weight with a reverse. You know, I would love to put a reverse on my Road King, but I think they're like $1,200, and that's a lot of travel money. So, other priorities the last few years. I totally get that, Flash. I totally get that. Because like every time I think about doing something new on one of my bikes, it has to be balanced out with veterinarian bills for my pets, or paying off my last trip, or doing a medical thing. Yeah, I get it. Totally get it. 1 pound of Folgers coffee, now $20. That's freaking nuts. Chasing Ghost.
Mm-hmm.
You see that?
Yeah. Yep, I love coffee, but I'm loving it less now.
Yeah.
It's like cigarettes. I remember when I was on the ship, back when I was in the Navy, guys were like, if cigarettes ever hit a buck a pack, I'm quitting.
Oh, yeah.
And then when they hit $1, they're like, if they ever hit $1.50, I'm quitting.
Yep.
So cigarettes are what now? $12 for Marlboros? They're stupid expensive.
No shit.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
Oh yeah. That's why everybody is smoking. Doral and
yeah.
Suzy Q, Tobacco Honey, and Freedom and Federal and all these weird brands, because Marlboro is like the champagne of cigarettes now. You can't afford them.
I never smoked. Well, I did a couple times back when I was in junior high school, And for some reason, my mom had no standards as far as not making me do things. But cigarettes, oh my God, she was death on me smoking. She would go through and find my cigarettes, and she would try to punish me by restriction and all that stuff. But then she quickly realized she would have to stay home and make sure I stayed home. So, yeah, that went by the wayside.
I went to a high school in Texas where, again, this is me trying to be cool, not because I wanted to do it, but they had a smoking area. And I was kind of a bad kid, popular crowd, but like the bad boy. And we actually had a smoking area, and if your parents signed a release, you could smoke at school.
Wow.
So I smoked at school because I could. Again, I think when I was young, I guess the things you do, you grow out of later, and then when you look at people doing them, you're like, why are you doing that? And you're probably the biggest critic. Like, a person that's an ex-smoker is the biggest critic of smoking. But
yep.
I did things back then because I wanted to fit in, and I wanted to be not just fit in, but I wanted to stand out. So, and I think that's a lot of people do that today. You want to fit in, but you also want to kind of stand out and be your own person, so you do things differently. But all you're really doing is copying somebody else. And so that's why I like when I look at people who everybody wants a Pan Am, and everybody wants, the Lowrider ST, and everybody wants this, and everybody's putting Advan Black on their shit. They don't even know what it does. I know Advan Black. I got a stage 5. What stage you got? A 5. Okay, good for you.
A 5?
Yeah. Nobody knows what stuff means. But this is no shitter. Somebody told me they had a stage 2. This was probably 4 or 5 months ago, and I said, "Oh, what did you get done to it?" Well, stage 2. Stage 2 what? Well, stage 2. Okay. Well, nice talking to you. Oh, Chasing Ghost retracted her message. Yeah, I don't doubt that. Cigarillos are cheaper than real cigarettes. I don't doubt it. All right, we got one. I got 2 questions left for you.
Okay.
So, who would you like to ride with from the past or present?
Well, if we're talking about people that are still alive, I think it might be a hoot to ride with Keanu Reeves. He seems like a pretty real person. And he doesn't look like he's really into the whole aren't I pretty, look at me thing. So I think he'd be a kick-ass person to ride with. But he wouldn't be my top pick. People that aren't here anymore that I'd like to ride with would be my dad and my brother. For the obvious reasons. Because I would always love to have a little bit more time with them. And they were both really good riders. And they both taught me a lot. The other person that's still living that I would like to ride with would be Jay Leno. He's got a collection of really cool shit.
Yeah.
And I think if we went riding together, I could talk him into taking me over there so I could see all of his other cool shit. Yeah. Okay. Because I'm charming.
Yes, you are. You could talk a skunk out of its stripes.
Yeah. Because everybody wants the stripes off a skunk.
Last question.
Okay.
If I was to come visit you.
Yeah.
And said, hey, I'm on the way up. Let's go somewhere cool and let's eat.
Yeah.
Where would we ride and where would we go to eat?
We would go ride around the Olympic Peninsula. And there is a little burger joint way over there on the coastline. And we would stop there and have burgers and milkshakes. And then we'd go a little bit farther down the coastline to a place called Dosey Wallops, and we would have pie.
You had me at pie.
Yeah.
You had me at milkshakes, but you had me tied up at pie.
Dosey Wallops has this place called the Halfway House, and they have the best pie. Yeah.
I'm in it.
I've been there twice in my life. Both times the pie has been amazing. They make a certain amount every day, and when that's gone, they don't have no more pie. They have food, but that's not where I'd eat. I'd take you for lunch. I'd take you someplace else. But yeah, we'd be riding along the coastline, so you'd see the Pacific Ocean. So you'd see some of the Pacific Coast Highway. And then we'd come across the reservation, and we'd come down through the Strait of Juan de Fuca on the Bremerton side, and Seattle Tacoma would be over here. And you could see, it'd be a gorgeous ride. Full 12 hours though.
I have to change an answer.
Okay. Or a question.
Earlier. I have to change the answer.
Okay.
So earlier y'all asked me what my favorite ride was.
Okay.
let me point out that if I go to you and we're going to go for a ride, I don't want to go anywhere fast. I don't want to do a bunch of twisties. I want to go see cool stuff and see cool roads. I want to look at stuff.
Yeah.
And eat pie. Having said that, when I went up to visit Bleak up in Des Moines, we went out. First, we went out for breakfast. We went to this bagel place. And then we rode out to Sailor Dam. And we went to this reservoir and got to see the reservoir. I got to go down into the little thing where the reservoir exits and the water shoots out at like 200 miles an hour. And then we got to go across the dam, see both sides of the reservoir. I love dams. I love dams and I love reservoirs. I don't know why. It just makes you feel small.
Yep.
And I like feeling small
Humble.
next to, yes.
Yeah.
And then we went to Kung Fu Tap and Taco and had tacos and their house drinks, which was called the Goddamn It or a Fuck It or something. Go fuck yourself. It was called something cool. And then we left there and went to a art park. It was out literally in the middle of a outdoor park. And then we got to go to a classic car museum. And so we spent our entire day driving around Des Moines, Iowa, looking at cool stuff. Best ride ever. Right there. That's my answer.
Okay, well,
Final answer.
given that you said now that you like dams, the other thing we could do, if you want to see stuff, is we could start at the mouth of the Columbia, and we could crisscross over the Columbia River from the Oregon to Washington side in a couple spots. We could go across the Bridge of the Gods. We could see Grand Coulee Dam. We could see, we could go up to Multnomah Falls, which is gorgeous. We could also go up to, I think it's called Columbia House, but you get there by way of a whole bunch of switchbacks. And it's this house, and it's octagonal. It's built in the 20s, and you can look this way out to the mouth of the Columbia, and this way up towards the Dalles. This way you can see Mount Hood, and that way you can see Mount Rainier, and I think it's Mount Adams up over there. It's gorgeous. And there's really good food out there in Mount Hood.
I have been, last time I was in Portland, it rained the entire time we were there.
Well, that's Portland.
And we went to the falls that I always mispronounce.
Multnomah.
Yep, there you go. And we went to a house that was a house of a rich newspaper baron that had died, and the whole house was haunted. And we went to, I think, that thing you're talking about, but it was raining and you couldn't see crap. You could see Mount Hood.
Yeah.
You could see Mount motherfucking Hood, which, by the way, is one of the most active UFO mountains in America. You didn't know that? Now you do. Vista House.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Motobloke. Yeah.
So it was very cool.
It's a Harley Challenge stop, too.
So I definitely want to go back there when it's not raining.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
The Bridge of the Gods is pretty cool. It's a beautiful view. It's a little bit tricky to ride across if you're not expecting it, because it's all that grid. It's all grid.
Yeah, I hate driving across those.
Yeah, but it's beautiful riding over there. Lots of cool stuff to see.
Absolutely.
Chasing Ghost said she'd like to ride with her biological father. He's dead. Yeah. I hear you. My father and my brother are both dead too, Ghost. And I had thought that, when my dad died at 53 and I was in my 20s, I thought he had a pretty good run because, he was 53. And now that I'm looking at 70, I realize what a pitiful short run that was. And yeah, sad. But yeah, Vista House, and that is, like I was saying, one of the challenge stops for Harley on their 50 states tours, which I have done a couple, 3 times. Thank you.
Good job.
Yep. Rainey and I had a lot of fun. We were at Southern Thunder, and they have a huge map on the wall, and it shows all of the different Harley Davidson challenge stops in each of the 48 continuous states. What it doesn't show is the 15 that change every year, and I usually get 3 or 4 of those every year, and one year I got 5 of them, so it was kind of fun. But when I went to Forgotten Angels the first time, I went to AAA, and I had them plan out my route, and I gave them all of the physical addresses of the challenge spots I wanted to hit for the Harley Challenge, and some cool shit that I wanted to see on the way, and I had him plan. And then I went back and I had him plan, okay, route me around all the big cities. Yeah, it was pretty cool. Now I figured it out myself.
Flash Gordon says we're back to the UFO topics. Yes, always UFOs.
Yep.
I don't want to ride with somebody as far as famous as that's gonna go. Oh, we're gonna go fast. We're gonna do switchbacks and this. I want to ride with somebody that's gonna go somewhere cool and give me good food.
Yeah.
So Norman Reedus.
Moto Bloke says that he'd like to ride with Steve McQueen. That is an excellent choice too. I think that would be cool.
Yeah, I want to ride with somebody that does cool stuff and goes
Yeah.
cool places.
Jesse Combs, I suppose that, there could be something to be said for riding with her. But, I mean, I don't know anything of her, so, other than, she's pretty fucking fast.
And she was very cool. She was a welder. She was a fabricator. I used to watch her all the time on the original Mythbusters.
Yeah.
And she would make the coolest shit. And I just thought it was cool that they brought her in to do it. And he was, I remember Jamie saying, we didn't bring her in because she's a girl. We brought her in because she was the best welder we could find. So,
hey, Jerry, how are you?
Jerry, welcome in.
Nice. Jerry, are you at the camp out?
Of course he's probably drunk. He's probably been drinking twisted tea all day.
Are you drunk on your ass, my dear friend?
You drunk on tea?
Yeah.
Having a tea party? All right, what questions you guys got? We're almost ready here. We're about ready to seal it up for the night.
It's been a long day.
It has. We'll be back tomorrow night, so anybody wants to get
will.
into the chat tomorrow night.
Tomorrow's going to be a free-for-all, though.
Yep. Anybody wants to get in tomorrow, let me know. I'm gonna
talk some smack.
I can hold 9 people on the channel. I'm going to try to get 9 people in here. I don't care if we're talking over each other. I don't care. Let's get some people in here. Let's do some stuff. Can't just be talking to me and GMA the whole time. Got to have somebody else get in here.
Before I forget, Doug, wanted to thank you both for getting on tonight. You guys are effing spectacular people. Looking forward to the vlogs with escapades this week. Dry Heat Doug, thank you so much. That's very sweet of you. And I can't tell you how much I appreciate it.
Yep.
And that said, on the way back through, can I stop and crash at your house? I have your number. It's okay. Don't feel like you're put on the spot.
Yeah, if it rains Sunday, Gma and me are gonna just stay in the house and edit all day. So we'll have some good videos for Sunday or for Monday night.
But Jerry's not drunk tonight.
What?
But Dry Heat, if the rain holds off enough, I'm gonna have because my work doesn't take as much effort to edit as Rainy's does, because my videos are not nearly as good as his, let's face it. If the weather holds off, I'm gonna try and hook it towards home on Sunday.
I think you're a better narrator than me. You narrate like you're talking to somebody. I narrate like, is this on? Hello? Oh.
I like talking to people.
I do too. For some reason though, I can't narrate the video. It feels like I'm trying to rush myself. I don't know what to do. If I narrate it, if I narrate it while it's playing, I have no problem. Sweet.
Okay, Serenity Kitty is checking out. Bye.
We are too. Serenity Kitty, thanks for coming in.
Bye, everybody. Love you all bunches.
Yep. We'll see you guys tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, 7 p.m.
Don't forget.
7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern Coast time. Hopefully everybody...
Charge up your shit. Be ready to jump in.
Yep. Bring your stuff.
Okay?
Check your lights. If you don't have the link, message me on Instagram and I'll send you the link.
Or message me and I'll make him send you the link. Okay? Okay.
You lost the link. You always lose it.
I always lose the link. Yeah.
All right. Like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell. Go down below. Buy some t-shirts. Buy some mugs. Buy something. Help me keep this channel going. Love you guys.
Bye.
And with that, play that 80s porn music. Now we're done and we can have more rum.
Hey.
See you guys tomorrow night. Sweet. I'm tired now.
Oh man, me too. Fuck, that was exhausting.